Today I'm going to give my approach on how I teach white belts from when they first walk into the school to where they've been training for a few months. When someone first walks in, you want to teach them some immediate skills. The first and most important one is break falling. You want to make sure that they are comfortable falling, and you want to do all three kinds of falls. You want to teach them front falls, back falls, side falls, so that no matter what they do, they know how to fall properly and safely. This is something that will help them not only in jiu-jitsu to make sure that they don't get hurt, but out in their daily life. People trip. People put themselves in situations where they slip on stuff and they fall. So you want to be able to fall safely so that you don't get hurt. So that's a really important skill when you're bringing someone in to learn jiu-jitsu. You also want to make sure that they're comfortable with starting to live roll and starting to positionally drill and that kind of thing. I find this more often with women than with men, where they're not comfortable right away jumping into the drills. You know, it can happen sometimes with men, but usually I find it's women. When they try, oftentimes they're not comfortable just jumping into drills right away, and that's totally okay. What you want to do is just gradually expand their comfort zone of what they can handle. So in the beginning, it might simply be, okay, I'm going to put you with an advanced training partner, and their goal is to just guide you through some movements, right? They're not going to be trying to kick your butt. They're just going to be guiding through some basic movements that you need to do in the position that you're in. Maybe they'll help you with the technique that we did in class. They'll give you some light resistance, and then you can implement it on them. And then we'll gradually expand past that point, right? Maybe next time, the person you're partnered with, probably an advanced belt, resists you a little bit more, right? And they have you fight back a little bit more. And then maybe you move on to another training partner, another advanced training partner that resists you a little bit more. Then maybe finally you're just comfortable doing the positional drilling. So that's the goal. You want to gradually expand someone's comfort zone until they're good with live rolling and positional drilling. You also want to make sure that they're positionally drilling in a safe way. If they're a huge spaz, put them with an advanced rank. You definitely don't want two spazzy white belts going against each other. It's just a recipe for disaster. One or both of them are going to end up hurt. So you want to put them with an advanced rank that's going to still kick their butt, but tell them to calm down, right? And you as a coach obviously should be doing that as well. But if you constantly talk about the importance of killing spazziness to your students, then hopefully your advanced ranks pick up those lessons as well, and they can teach the new people as well that they need to kill that. Now, once those things are out of the way and you have someone who's comfortable with positional drilling and you've killed their spazziness or are hopefully on your way to killing their spazziness, let's talk about the technical improvements that white belts need to do. So you want to focus on their ability to escape bad position and their ability to retain and submit from dominant position, okay? You want someone that's new to have the confidence that if they get into a dominant position, they can hold on to it and they can submit from it. That's very, very important. The guard passing, the entries into these dominant positions, right, the sweeping, all that sort of stuff, that can come later. But you want to make sure that someone has the confidence to maintain control of and submit from a dominant position because they'll be much more likely to hunt it. The other thing on the other end is you want them to have good defense. If someone is good at escaping or is at least competent in escaping, then they're going to be able to take more risks with their offense because if something happens and they end up in a bad position, well, they know how to escape that bad position. So basically from every position that there is in jiu-jitsu, you want someone to have the basics of defense and the basics of offense, right? Those are the things that you should be focusing on at white belt. Ultimately, my definition of blue belt, as I've explained in a previous video, is someone that can beat a bigger, stronger, untrained opponent from starting in any bad position. So be it back control, mount, side control, whatever. If you start in a bad position, someone bigger, stronger, and untrained is on top of you, you should be able to escape and then get to dominant position and submit them. That's my definition of blue belt. So there shouldn't be one position where if someone puts you in, you're just completely stuck and you don't know what to do. So you have to make sure that you improve all your positional escapes and your ability to maintain control of each position. The neutral game is also important. You should learn basic wrestling takedowns, basic wrestling defenses, basic guard passing, basic movements, sweeps, submissions from the guard. Ultimately, I would focus on each position as its own thing and not just focus on the neutral game, the wrestling, the takedown, the guard passing. When people roll live in an unstructured roll, those are usually the positions that get worked on the most from the neutral game, assuming you have two people of relatively equal skill. But if you want to actually improve someone's ability in the dominant positions, you need to put them there through positional drilling. So that's really, really important. So I really focus on that with my white belts. So there you go, guys. Just a few things that I like to do when I'm teaching new people and I'm bringing them up through the white belt to get to blue. And look, blue belt, yes, is the easiest belt to attain. That being said, there are challenges at white belt, okay? For someone who's never done this kind of training before, it might be very demoralizing for them to realize that 3 months later, even though they've made substantial improvements in some area, right? The same people are still kicking their butts all the time. They're just realizing how deep the game goes when you first start out. So you have to push people through that mental blockade, that mental struggle, and make sure that they just keep going because ultimately, yeah, there's a lot of depth to jiu-jitsu knowledge, but is very, very fun. And you know, you're not going to be the best in the world, most likely. So you're not going to be the best in the world, but that's okay, right? We're still here to improve our skills and have a good time. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Drop a comment below. If you like our content, make sure you subscribe to it and subscribe to the channel. And you click that notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time we have new videos out there. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.